Let's say you're learning the major scale. And the first thing you probably learn is the 5 different shapes. This is what I recommend most people starting with. However, there is a system that is way easier when you get used to it. So in this video, in only a few minutes, I'm going to show you this system, which took me way too many years to figure out myself. My name is Simen, and I'm a guitarist, music producer, and graphic designer from Norway. I'm here to share everything I learned so far in my journey and document what I learned in real time. When I learned the major scale, I relied on the different shapes. And the shapes are very important, but I had 2 big challenges. One, it often sounded like I was playing in boxes, like in scale boxes, and that's probably because that's exactly what I did. And secondly, it was really hard to change keys quickly, because then I had to kind of figure out all the shapes in a new key. I practiced this a lot, so I eventually became really good at the different shapes. But today I want to share the concept called anchoring, which is a really great concept. The concept is really straightforward. Anchoring simply means using one note as your anchor, and then figure out how all notes relate to that anchor. An anchor is usually the root note, so let's use a root note in a key of C major. So that's going to be the 8th fret of the low E string. That's our root note. Okay, so let me demonstrate. Let's start with playing shape 1 in a major scale. I we're only going to use 1 octave for this example. So this is the shape. And then the thing is that if you find your other root notes on the neck, then you can play the exact same shape from all the root notes. So let's use the 3rd fret of the A string. Then we have the exact same shape here. And let's try another root note. The 10th fret of the D string, we have the exact same shape from here. The only thing you need to keep in mind is that the tuning is a bit different on the B string, so you need to change the shape slightly, but otherwise it's still the exact same. Okay, so that's the basics of anchoring. But we're just getting started. I mean, this is very powerful stuff, and it took me way too long to understand. And now it starts to get really interesting. So if you go back, I didn't take a sip, I just hold the cup. Okay, so let's go back to the C root note on the low E string. And this was the first shape we played. The thing is that this shape is kind of on the middle of the root note, but we also have one shape to the right of the root note. And one shape to the left of the root note. So let's go through them slowly. First to the right of the root note. Then let's play the shape to the left of the root note. And on this shape, we actually have one variation as well, which is the 7th note. So have a look at this. So instead of playing the 7th note here, we move it down one string. So same shape, just a little variation. And when you have learned these shapes, one in the middle of the root note, one to the right of the root note, one to the left of the root note, and with a variation, so you can say it's really 2 on the left side, then the thing is that you can always play these shapes from any root notes. And there aren't really that many root notes. Okay, so let's find another root note. We're going to use this one, so fret 15 on the A string. And let's start with a shape to the right of the root note. Then we have the shape in the middle of the root note. And to the left of the root note. And with the variation as well. So this is really powerful, and you can do it from all root notes. If you want to really master the major scale and get exercises and interactive tabs for this video, then you should go to playwithaplan.com. You'll also get access to the full course on the major scale and access to all my other courses to get better at guitar and interactive tabs for my songs. So go to playwithaplan.com. I'll leave the link in the description. As mentioned, anchoring will be tricky in the beginning, but once you get used to it, it's really going to be a game changer, and it's going to open up your fretboard, and it's going to be easier to change keys. Let me know if you have any questions, and if you enjoyed this video, you should check the video on the screen next, if you want to.